his engine, listen to the crowd just roar. No reason for tension, Zach is gonna shoot and score. Hyman's in the scoring zone. Right into the scoring zone. Signed for 7 years, now he's playing by McDavid's side. He's got you jumping out of your seat 'cause of that look in his eyes. Hyman's in the scoring zone.
Welcome back for day 2 of the AM Nasty. Dusty and Lieutenant Eric with you. Rick, what's up, buddy? Day
How
number
you doing?
2.
Good morning. Good
Maddie,
morning. Good
crank
morning.
up the headphones,
yeah,
bro.
Oh, there we go.
There.
Now
Yeah, me too, man. Do it, Maddie. Turn them up.
Oh, yeah,
higher.
yeah, that's nice.
Hit me harder.
Yeah, burst those
Hit me
eardrums.
harder, Maddie Iwanyk. There we go. Oh, yeah.
That's loud, eh?
Oh, that's real nice. That's real nice. What's going on, everybody? I like already in the YouTube chat, people are, I can't remember who it was. Somebody was like, hey, what should we call the live chat? I don't know, man. It's a live chat.
How about the YouTube chat?
The
Yeah,
YouTube
that could be
chat.
it, eh?
I mean,
Yeah.
we could come up with some sort of handle for
Yeah,
that
I'm sure,
too. So
send 'em in.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, YouTube chat's going. Text line obviously is ready to rock and roll. 780-218-9999. This one is in. My life is complete again. Hey, man, our life is complete again as well. Hey, Nash is in and says, "Where's that 6 a.m. static?" That's a good sign.
Hey.
We've done it. I just want to spray this water
Crystal
bottle
clear.
everywhere.
Yeah, do that. That'll help.
The
yeah.
last thing that'll happen is then we'd have the static.
Maddie will love that, eh? If you.
It's good to be back. Huge shout out to all of you for consuming our initial day of Edmonton Sports Talk. Our audio streams yesterday almost surpassed our monthly projections in one day. So
Monthly?
It was
Not
it was
February
very
month
good.
either. Like we're talking a full 31 month. Like you're not
Yeah,
talking a
yeah. This is
leap year
not
or-
some leap year
no,
garbage.
No, we're talking
not
talking
at
the
all.
whole deal.
So yeah, no, it was a really nice day. We got a busy show today for you as well. You know what went over really well yesterday was the hangout. That was awesome too. Just having the presence of Dave Jameson and John Sexsmith in this office was just awesome yesterday.
My
wasn't
first
it?
encounter with sex.
You never met John Sexsmith before?
I met him
Come
I met him on the internet, various
Yeah,
chat
yeah,
rooms
yeah.
and social media platforms. But good meeting the guy in person yesterday. And yeah, a good kickoff and 2 good guests to kind of christen that EST hangout. I think you should say.
Yeah.
Like it was
It was the way to go. It was the perfect go. Who do we have today? We have Andrew Peard and Shawn Belle. Peardsy and Belle. So, and then tomorrow it'll be Quinn Phillips and Murray McCourt on the EST hangout. The inbox took an absolute pounding yesterday. 780-218-9999. Oh my God! You see who just texted in? You got to add them into the contact list so we know it's them.
JBB
Oh
and
my
the Bing
God.
Bing boys. Maddie, again, the audio is just getting rave reviews. Superfly. It's sounding
Iwanyk,
Superfly
you've done
this
it
morning,
again.
so you've done it.
Iwanyk, you've done it again.
Brilliant.
Hey, you know what? Let's do it again. Let's do another conch for young Matty Iwanyk. Hey, where's the conch? Here we are. Let's do it for Matt Iwanyk today. Yeah, that is pretty exciting. So good, we're off and running. I'm sure there might be some hiccups along the way, but a nice start so far. Hey, the audio is sounding super fly. The show is back for reals. Woo, JBB and the Bing Bing boys. D from the north side. So good to have you guys back. Feels like life is back to normal. D from the north side, we hear you as well. We've got a busy show for you today. If you do need a 6 o'clock hour conching, hit us up either in the chat room. Strumby's trying to call it the scrum.
The chat
I
room.
don't know if it's
Have you logged into the chat room.
yeah. And now the chat room is way too
ASL.
late 90s.
ASL.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
But I do like the idea of coming up with a name, a handle for like the nasty
We'll
place.
get one by
or
the end
something
of the
along
show
those
today.
lines.
By
yeah.
9 o'clock this morning, we'll have
Yeah, and if you're listening to the live stream, first of all, thank you to the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. I can't even believe we're saying that, but we're not exaggerating. We're
Not
talking
hundreds.
about thousands and thousands and thousands of people who listened to the live stream yesterday. So for those of you who are streaming live at edmontonsportstalk.com, thank you very much for doing that. That audio feed alone is doing very well. But yeah, we're still hoping to maybe we got that. Hopefully have a chat with the TuneIn Radio folks and get on some of those apps. Plus, we have our own apps coming as well. Tommy Rubella is in and says it wasn't just Jameson, it was post-CRTC Jameson,
Yeah.
who is somehow more legendary than regular JMO. That's in from Tommy Rubella this morning, and he makes a really good point.
Well, this is the JMO we've been experiencing for years off the air. I mean, we all know him as that. But
The two highlights yesterday for me, and when Maddie and Tommy and JMO and Sexy were doing the hangout, I was sitting over here kind of just monitoring things. And so I was listening to the show when JMO said a bad word, which like we can swear now, but we don't necessarily want to swear. Kids are listening. The last thing we need to do is turn parents off of the show.
well,
because
Sexy
it's
said,
random.
too, whenever there's a mic around, we've been trained.
Yeah,
to instinctively
exactly.
Kind of keep
I
it.
have a filthy mouth.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But you get
swear
on the
like
mic,
rest of
and I had somebody DM me the other day on Twitter and go, how do you not swear while you're doing CFL games? And I said, well, don't bring that up. Like, I don't even
That's
want to.
the one time I could see you dropping one.
I don't want to think about that, right? I don't want to think about that. But when JMO swore, so JMO was the first person, he said the S word. When JMO swore, and then when John Sexsmith dropped my wife.
Glad you mentioned that.
I don't know. Did you guys hear me cheer?
Highlight of the show. Highlight of the show.
That was amazing. John Sexsmith rolling in
He just gets
and
it.
hitting us with a my wife was absolutely amazing. Hey guys, the Dougler finally checking in. You know what, man? I am going to conch the Dougler. How many months sober is the Dougler now?
It's
My
well,
God.
educate us, Dougler.
Congratulations,
Here,
Dougler.
give
Let's
us an
do
update
it.
here.
Let's do it. All right, so keep those rolling in. The YouTube chat or whatever we're going to call it is flying along so far. So that's good news. Hey guys, what about the locker room for the chat? No, we're not going to go to the locker room. We'll probably cross that one off the list. The shame box.
Yeah.
I don't mind the shame box simply because.
What about glory box?
We're all no. I don't think
No
we'll
way.
go. Well, I don't think we'll go with that. But the dragon lair, that must come in from a huge nerd. But I don't hate it. The sin bin, too hockey-ish, right? They're going to be a lot more. Actually, we're going to have a lot of football talk.
We're not penalizing you in the
today.
YouTube chat here. It's not like you're
No, that's
time out or anything.
That's the thing. Hey guys, streaming from Manitoba. Welcome back, guys. Let's go, Big Rig Butcher. Ooh, boy, that
hell of a
sounds-
handle.
Yeah, you know what? that sounds like a serial killer.
Is that Huss's burner
No,
we found here?
Yeah, the Big Rig Butcher is a semi-truck driver who chops people up along the way and leaves them in the ditch in rural Manitoba. Is that too much of a? Yeah,
it's a pretty
getting too far, too early.
You know,
maybe?
a little too much, I would say, about Big Rig Butcher.
I think so. All right, so if you need 6 o'clock hour conching, hit us up, 6 o'clockers. We are rolling. I like people listening to the live stream coming up with names for the YouTube chat, which is great. Nash and Whitecourt says the Glory Box. Probably not. You guys sound wicked awesome this morning. That's in from the Sandman, so thank you very much for that as well. Let's see. HVAC David checking in. I like the conch, not because it's cool and trendy, but because I've been doing it since the 80s. What's this about? What's that mean?
Are we saying code word for something
I
else here?
don't
Is
know.
this,
Maybe. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway,
Please explain
awesome to
HVAC
see that
David,
chat
yeah.
rolling along as well. YouTube continues to grow. And let's lay out the show for you today because we got a busy one. We got 3 guests lined up today. Maddie, can you throw our video back on the main screen here? It rattles me when I'm just looking at a picture of Rick Pinter. There we go. All right, so here's what we got for you today. We're going to dive into some CFL talk. We're going to get into, obviously, the opening of the NFL season tonight. My Detroit Lions taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce going to work out that knee today. I
smell something in the air. A bit of an upset, maybe.
Oh,
a bit of
a road dog. I got to get the road dog clip.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the road dog clip anywhere.
This day's been set up for you here. The
I
Lions,
will
Chiefs
find
on the road.
You know what's crazy is that the line is actually moving in favor of the Detroit Lions, which
Road dog
I
no more
would've
by
never
9 o'clock
thought.
here,
Now
right?
the Kelce injury obviously bangs it up. We'll take a look at some of these lines for Cool Bet a little bit later on this morning. Like I said, you can text us 780-218-9999 in the Paris Jewelers inbox. And once again, if you're looking to get a grill, I'm not sure they can do it, but I would love to see people go in and ask. Yeah, Dusty said I could get a grill here, but it's a good place for diamond rings, right? That'd be kind of nice.
The question is around.
What
right?
type of ring?
The
You're
season
rolling
is-
a gold ring. I went
just-
with
yeah,
one of
it
the
is,
tungsten. Is that it?
That's
Tungsten?
more of like a Game of Thrones thing or something you would find, in a
Rewatching Game of Thrones
wooden
again right now.
Getting in the mood there, yeah. I see what you're
Spoiler
doing.
alert: Jon Snow just came back again. It's unbelievable. Curb84 says I got a D rating on my draft last night. I'm kind of upset, man. You gotta You got to be pretty bad at drafting
A D?
to hit that D rating. Yeah.
You were in one last night over the phone. Early returns.
Yeah, I was.
Mean,
I couldn't make
feeling
it.
good?
I had that. I told you it was the one I really wanted to be at, but by the time we finished up here yesterday, I decided to go home. I was tired. I wanted to see my kids before they went to bed. So I drafted. The boys would send me a picture of the board, and then I'd pick. And that was a draft where we do like a draft to figure out where you pick, right? So I had the 4th pick in the selection of where I want to pick, and I picked 4th because my plan was Travis Kelce was healthy, so I was going to take him at 4. But then Travis Kelce gets hurt. He ends up going 2nd round, so I settled for Austin Eckler at 4th. If I would have known that Kelce was going to be hurt, I would have taken a top 3 pick instead. So I was a little rattled going into the draft, but I still feel like I put together. I got my man Trevor Lawrence. Gotta get yourself some Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I picked up the investment in the 5th round. So
how many more drafts do you have today, though?
That's it. None.
Really?
I'm done. I'm locked in now. I might sneak in. I might sneak in one more.
We
on
got
the
a lot of
FFPC
time before
app.
kickoff today.
I could probably do a draft while we do the show
Absolutely.
this morning, but I don't want to take any more data out of this office. We need it all for the stream and everything. So we will get into that as we work our way through the show today. As well, Lieutenant Eric, where are you going to be at tonight, buddy? This is exciting news.
Yes, and breaking broke it yesterday, but it is still relatively new. The Century Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road. I'll be there every Monday and Thursday during the NFL season. So a jersey up for grabs tonight. We'll be giving away an NFL game as well during the season. I know we'll be just showing up randomly maybe sometimes to just have a good time in general at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino. But yeah, it starts tonight, Chiefs and Lions. I'll be there. I'm excited. It's a new menu for me. It's like the news. I think it's a brand new world, new microphone, new sound system that I'm not used to. So
I can't wait for you to come in tomorrow and tell me what you ate. And they got specials. They're going to be giving away jerseys and hats, and they're doing a trip to Cleveland, Los Angeles in December. So that'd be a nice trip down to LA in December. That would be good. So you can qualify by popping in there on Monday and Thursday nights. They're also sponsoring Ian Rapoport, which is great because Rap Sheet is going to join us at 7:45 today. It's a miracle that we still have him. So that's great as well. Yeah, but join Lieutenant Eric tonight, Fort Road, Century Casino, the Sports Bar and Lounge. It's like it's got this new bar smell to it still.
And you know how we do. It's not going to be a lot of working. I'm not going to be. You want to come watch the game? Watch the game. You can have a little quick chat. Maybe bring a pack of cards. We'll crack, and it'll be.
We've been exchanging emails with Renee, the manager.
I still can't believe we've been.
Yeah, we got to get you to post a picture. With
I got to get a picture.
Tonight.
Yeah, if you want to meet Renee, come on down to the Century Sports Casino tonight.
You know what else you can take tonight? You can take one of our new stand-up banners, our pull-up banners.
I'd love to.
We got from William Huff.
I'd love to. Yeah. We'll get that set up after the show.
Little Edmonton Sports Talk presence tonight.
Let's go.
At the Century Casino. So we'll get into that game, actually, as we work our way through the day as well. We're going to crack some packs with Wayne Sports Cards. We're going to do this at 6:45 today. We've got CFL packs. That's back-to-back MOP, Zach Kolaris. So we're going to be cracking those, searching for a one of one. I already pulled the Willie Jefferson 1-1 out of these cards this year. So that was for the crack pack. So we're going to do that around 6:45 today. If you're watching on the YouTube chat, feel free to chime in as we work our way through the day. And, of course, in the Paris Jewelers inbox, throw up the A&W thing, Maddie, because Text of the Day today is going to win a gift certificate to A&W. And those arrived in the mail yesterday, so we have those now. And we can dish them out. We're still working on the process of what do we say our hours are going to be? 9 to 2? I think 9 to 2, basically, right? Because then once we're off the air, we can be around to help people. And
9's a good number for we're off air 2 o'clock. I mean that's
So the Edmonton Sports Talk head offices will be open from 9 till 2, but we're not going to tell you where they are. If you want a gift certificate, you have to randomly find us.
Yeah, I'll text you a map.
Yeah,
it's a little treasure map. With an X at the
just
end.
A map of like Northwest Edmonton.
Yes.
We're somewhere in here, so that's good news. I like that. So, 6 o'clock hour is going to be absolutely jammed. Who needs a conch this morning? Hit us up in the Paris Jewelers inbox at 780-218-9999. And you know what? If you want a conch in the YouTube chat, we can do that as well. Hey, guys, why don't we call the YouTube chat Nasty Q? Play on the good old ICQ chat.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We'd have to get all the sounds and everything and the beeps and put up away messages.
Remember leaving your ICQ, like, open, and it would be like on the side, and then
you just status NA away,
disconnected.
disconnected.
Oh, so many different things. That would be great for sim leagues back in the day. 7 o'clock hour, Huss is going to pop by. Obviously, Hustler on the Lockshop every day with us right here on Edmonton Sports Talk at 11 o'clock. Huss and I will be diving in to that Lions-Chiefs game on the Lockshop today. We're also going to give you all of our CFL picks for the weekend on the Lockshop. All of the numbers you hear on the Lockshop and here brought to you by our partners at CoolBet. So Huss is going to pop by just after 7 o'clock. He's a Chiefs guy. I'm a Lions guy. Banjo Bowl's coming up. He's a Bombers guy. You're a Riders guy. I'm going to be calling that one for TSN.
Triple header.
Triple header. Whew. And I'm already, boys.
Huss said yesterday, this is the best week. There are a lot of weekends dotted on the sports calendar that you can choose from.
Yeah.
But the CFL triple header, you got U.S. college going on. It's the first weekend of the NFL.
This is the weekend.
This is it, baby.
This is the football weekend. Labor Day weekend was awesome. Don't get me wrong. Two
nice
games that I did
to
were
it all.
amazing games. But in my world, call the Bombers game, do some of our post-game stuff, be back to the Elephant and Castle at the hotel
got it all planned,
for the Elks and just settle in. They got these chicken tendies that are just unbelievable. If you've ever been there, you know what I'm talking about. I'm very much looking forward to Saturday. I'm going to sleep in on Saturday, which is going to be absolutely amazing too. So Huss is going to join us to set up all of that. We're going to have a free advice segment coming up because, NFL season starts tonight. Free advice is actually brought to you by Damon Bunting, who was one of the first people that signed on with us, local realtor. Absolutely terrific stuff. So we'll get into that around 7:25. So if you do need help, look, fantasy football advice is where this started, but we are overdue to give out some life advice, are we not, buddy?
Well, and I think people are overdue to receive some life advice from you because
they're
lost. They're running around all summer lost.
Who needs help? What do you need help with? Hit us up, 780-218-9999. We'll try to get to a few of those. Ian Rapoport will join us at 7:45 today. Nick Bosa gets that massive deal, $122.5 million. Who does he think he is? Jake Sanderson? We'll get to that in a second. We'll talk about Travis Kelce. Apparently, he's going to test some stuff today on his knees as well. And I honestly, I will be selfish Detroit Lions fan here for a second. I'm curious what Ian Rapoport thinks the Lions' chances are of actually being one of the better teams in the NFC this year. Because go look at the NFC, man. The NFC sucks.
Fair to say it's your division to lose, but conference to lose as well?
Let's not get carried away.
You want to get there, but you can't because you're a Lions fan, right?
That's a tough one, but let's not go nuts. Let's not go nuts. But
Until
we'll
they win tonight in Kansas City, then tomorrow morning we can go nuts.
Something else we're going to do, we'll probably do it after we chat with Rapoport because there's none of that, got to get out, got to stay on schedule. We can just kind of do whatever we want here. So we will do our Thursday night challenge with the Lions at CoolBet, and we'll give you a chance to win a gift certificate to Century Casino, Sports Bar and Lounge. So go in, hit some of the games, and go watch at halftime, slide over, play a few hands.
Try your hand at the tables, the machines. Come say hi to me. Get back in the mix. Watch a little football. Have a little food, drink. It's going to be a great night.
Yeah, no, it should be pretty good evening. 3 questions too many, kind of easy trivia just after 8 o'clock today. We're going to connect with Assistant General Manager of the Edmonton Elks. That one's going to be on a little video chat, hopefully around 8:25. Geroy Simon, because we got to get into the Trey Ford hype, man. This is
the hype is real.
The hype is real. Watching him do what he did against, I'm just very excited to see what he becomes in this league. I think there's a lot of star potential there. Plus, for a young quarterback who's still learning the passing game of the Canadian Football League, to be able to throw the ball to Dunbar and Geno Lewis. And I'm going to put Manny Arsenault a little bit higher on this list than Mitchell. Mitchell, obviously, a more dynamic player.
Yeah.
But from a reliability perspective,
absolutely.
Manny Arsenault, that's a guy who now has catches on
500
140 straight games. So it's a good place to be. Plus, you've got this great running game in Kevin Brown and Shannon Brooks. I still like Shannon Brooks a lot.
Beginning of the season, we talked about the weaponry.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't being used. Now you can see that being utilized a lot more and spread out a lot more. And not just his talent, though, on the field and everything, but I like the between the ears. The guy's got to go on the personality, very likable, very marketable.
Oh, that's yeah. So we're going to get into that with Geroy around 8:30, and then we'll obviously have your grand finale. And then the Edmonton Sports Talk Hangout from 9 to 11 again today as well. Let's see here. Play the Hungry Eyes remix, you cowards. Man, this is awesome to have you guys back. That one in from Red this morning. 50 years a Lions fan. So revved up this year. Let's knock some kneecaps. Richard Bird. Who are we? Was that you yesterday?
Campbell's going to be on all fours.
Yeah, that was you that was mocking that yesterday?
Yeah. He would run around like a line, biting people's ankles and kneecaps and everything. You can see it now, can't you?
I would love to see that. I think that would be absolutely Amazing. We're trying to name the YouTube chat today as well, so keep those suggestions going. We'll get to a few more of your YouTube comments as we work our way through the show today as well. When we come back here, we're gonna how about this Jake Sanderson deal? This guy's played 77 games, and he just got an 8-year deal worth more than $8 million per. So we'll get into that a little bit. The reaction was kind of interesting yesterday, actually. And Connor McDavid speaks at Commonwealth. We'll get into that as well. You ready for a SportsCenter update?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Here we go.
On the diamond yesterday afternoon, the Jays failing to complete the 3-game sweep of the Athletics with a 5-2 loss in Oakland. Toronto remain a half game up on Texas for the third and final AL wildcard spot. Jays return home to host the Royals for a 3-game series beginning tomorrow night. Over to hockey, and as Dusty mentioned, the Senators locking up another key piece of their future. Jake Sanderson signing yesterday to an 8-year, $64.4 million extension. It's an AAV 8.05 mil. The 21-year-old, 4 goals, 32 points, 77 games during his rookie campaign. Also yesterday, the Flyers and RFA Morgan Frost agreeing on a 2-year extension, AAV $2 million, while defenseman Michael Delzato announced retirement after 14 seasons. Sticking with hockey yesterday, the Oil Kings, they acquired Ty Nash from the Wenatchee Wild in exchange for Dawson Seitz in a 2024 7th rounder. Nash, entering his 5th season in the dub, will be attending Bruins training camp next week. Oil Kings will drop the puck on preseason Saturday night from the Enoch Recreation Center against the Calgary Hitmen. And week 1 of the NFL season kicks off tonight from Kansas City. Chiefs hosting the Lions. You can join me for the game at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge at the Century Casino Fort Road. Your chance at prizes, food, and drink specials throughout the night. The Century Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road, where every day is game day.
The Lockshop.
This might be actually my favorite weekend of the year now that I think about it. Masters weekend's always right up there because you're kind of getting into a good period of time. But I got to tell you, this CFL triple header that's planned for Saturday is going to be amazing. I got my Chiefs raising a banner on Thursday night, and then the first full Sunday of NFL action. I mean,
that is a great weekend, buddy. That's a great weekend.
The Lockshop with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout, and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Don't feel like working? Join the Hangout. You never know what you might hear. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Shawn Belle take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey! Saturday mornings at noon, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for The Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Two guys and a goalie.
I think we're going to see some big things from Evander Kane this year.
You think so? Like if he stays healthy, like 40 goals or something?
He's used to Edmonton now. He's solidified, I think, his place in the dressing room. I think there's a comfort factor that takes a little bit of time.
Two guys and a goalie with Gage, Kassian, and Nielsen. Tuesday and Thursdays at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Oil Stream.
Last summer on the Oil Stream, you and I discussed the possibility of Gagne coming back here on a PTO. He signed with Winnipeg and got an actual contract.
Anytime you can have Sam Gagne involved in your organization in any way, it's a major positive for you.
They love him.
The Oil Stream with Nielson and Gazzola. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Well, he's taking all the blame cause he stayed out west, where all the bloggers come equipped with stats, no eye test. Getting ripped online, but he don't even blink. Take a Weber slap shot and he don't even limp. He's just a Chris Russell going down to block. Just another shot, he'll take it in the crotch. But a guy with a blog who hates his Corsi the most, hope he fails every time so online he can boast. Give a toast to the man who wears number 4. Except for one time in his own net he scored. You know he didn't wanna score that goal. Then E-Town Twitter went right after his soul. Controlled zone exits headlined the best reasons that the Poho signed him up for 4 whole seasons. Chris Russell, he's the whipping boy, but he stayed out west, sucker, because that D-man is a cowboy, baby.
Oh, that is still an all-time classic, isn't it?
Playing the hits. I love it.
Oh, that's too good. You know, let's do a little conch for one Chris Russell this morning.
Cowboy.
Yeah. All right, if you're watching or you are listening live on the YouTube chat, obviously you can chime in if you're looking for a conch here in the 6 o'clock hour, or you can text us, 780-218-9999. The Nielsen Show continues along. We are in the Popeyes studios. They are launching actually launched earlier, a couple days ago, the sweet and spicy wings, crispy breaded wings with spicy ghost pepper seasoning, tossed with sweet chili sauce. 6 pieces or 12 pieces. 2 options. Popeyes.
That's getting you hot, hey? You're not a spice guy, but that's already, you reading that is getting you a little sweat.
I mean, but how early is too early for chicken?
Well, it's good to have the heat. I'm sure if Will was here today, he'd tell you that there's some sort of medical thing where you get the heat in you early on. And
Will might be here today.
Will?
Who knows?
Will's going to really be hanging out here a lot, yeah.
Phrase left. You came back.
Well, we said our goodbyes. We thought, he came in.
I said, Phrase, great to see you again. You just pop by next month. 45 minutes later, Phrase rolls back into the office with a change of clothes.
I said, did you forget something? Nice to see you again, but
he went for a run.
Oh, yeah.
Came back.
Used the bathroom.
He said yesterday, as we're all sitting here, he goes, man, I'm going to be here so much. It's like, all right, dude.
Sure.
Yeah. So that was really good. For those of you trying to come up with a name for the YouTube chat, you can keep those rolling in as well. The Nasty Room's not too bad. I mean, that's not too bad. We got the Paris Jewelers inbox and then the Nasty Room. I mean, that might work. We'll get to a few more of those messages. Connor McDavid yesterday at Commonwealth, thrown to the Wolves.
I like him standing there, the shirt, the unbuttoned dress shirt, and then the green and gold seats in the background. Real good aesthetic there. I love the look.
Yeah. McDavid's got a very interesting look right now because he wasn't wearing anything too flashy yesterday. You kind of got the longer hair right now, has the beard. When you saw Connor McDavid yesterday, if he wasn't the best hockey player maybe to ever exist, what do you think his job would be?
Going back to school.
As a teacher.
Sure. He's got a teacher look. I mean, if he was clean shaven yesterday, you could kind of pass as a child or a kid. But it's that shirt. It's the look. Like he just looks like he's a real sharp. He's gone out shopping last week. They got the clothes. He's all set, and this is the back to school. And now a teacher, you could see him sitting on a desk and like tossing an apple up and rapping to the kids.
Yeah,
about
I see
science.
him as cool junior high school social studies teacher who just decided this year he's going to grow a beard to try to connect with the grade 8s, 9s, and 10s.
Does he try his hand at coaching anything? Is he get into the intramurals
volleyball.
or something?
He coaches volleyball. You can't tell me he didn't look like a volleyball coach yesterday.
Well, you would know your experience in the sport is
so they did. They were there yesterday, obviously for the Heritage Classic announcement. No alumni game no alumni game this time around, which, I mean, I don't know. Where do you guys come out on this? If you're watching on the YouTube, and a lot of you are probably, I know it's expensive. I know this is going to be an expensive game, but if you're planning on going to this game, is it a major buzzkill that there's not going to be an alumni game? I was at the original. I was here in Edmonton. I was living in Edmonton 20 years ago. Man, 20 years ago already. But I was living here. I was working at Save On Foods on Gateway and the two main roads that kind of go right in the middle of the Gateway. And,
90.
anyway,
yeah.
I was working at the Save On just off of Gateway. And I worked that morning. I did like the 5 to 9 shift. Got home. My buddy, the wuss, had taken the bus up from Lethbridge because I had 2 tickets. And then we went to the game. Froze our nuts off. But the alumni game at that point was huge.
That should have been the
like,
T-shirt,
oh my God,
though.
Wayne
Went to the
Gretzky's
game,
on the ice. Like,
froze your nuts off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Print the money.
So the alumni, I don't know. To me, it's not a major buzzkill this time because what I heard was it wasn't going to be like the alumni. It wasn't going to be a bunch of guys from the 80s. It was going to be like guys that were playing around the time that game was. So I don't know. I mean,
I don't care, but if you are traveling, like you want to see a package deal. But there was also word spoken yesterday that they're going to dress this game up like no other, right? Having things every whistle and having entertainment. So no alumni game, but obviously the NHL are going to be trying to do something new or something fun to keep you entertained and make it worth your while, whether you're coming in from somewhere else or spending the big dough to get to the game, right?
Yeah, it'll still be a great
it'll be an
event.
entertainment.
I mean, I was just wondering if the like what? So I would have been like 22 years old then, hadn't like worked in an NHL market or had a chance to like go to games on a regular. So that was a major deal for me back then. I don't know.
But you've done it once.
Yeah. Yeah. And then so McDavid yesterday did have an availability. Talked about having everybody here, getting rolling with the captain's skate and things like that. And it's their job. I mean, the guys who cover the team, it's their job to ask questions, but it had to like a pretty fresh dose of McDavid sitting there and still talking about like the series against Vegas. It's just like,
well, again, if he's a teacher,
welcome back, man.
This is kind of your first day. You go and you you meet everybody. Like you're not supposed to be asking, the tough. But this is where we are, right? He knows where he is, and he's got to kind of somewhat expect that, even on a nice balmy day at Commonwealth football, stadium where they play the football, not the hockey, but.
Greg is in and says, hey guys, I bill it for the Oil Kings and nothing for them yet at the Heritage Classic. Boy, you'd like to have some involvement there. Like,
there's some heritage there as well, right? With that club and everything and the roots and the history.
Play Oil Kings Hitman or something the day before or something like that. Nash is in and says, priced out tickets for a family of 6 to go. Cheapest tickets are around $1,000. Are you saying $1,000 for all 6 or $1,000 per ticket? Somebody let me know on that one. It can't be $1,000 a ticket
combined
to go to
a
this
price
game,
to lose a family. Or
that seems kind of crazy. That seems a little nuts. All right, speaking of a little nuts, unless of course you're an Ottawa Senators fan. If we have any Sens fans watching around the world online or listening at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, where do Sens fans come out on this deal for Sanderson? Jake Sanderson gets an 8-year deal. What was the number you had in SportsCenter update? 64.
It's a 64.4 AAV 8.05. You played the Cowboy song coming back, and Chris Russell.
Yeah,
what could have been, I guess.
Where was that money for him? Now look, Sanderson's a different.
Yeah.
He's a different breed, for sure.
But another good piece for Ottawa in the future, right?
Well, Ottawa
locking up long term now. And
they are, but they're paying a bunch of guys quite a bit of money. So last year, this reaction, I think, around the league was probably similar to what I thought yesterday when I saw this deal. I was like, whoa, this he's just coming off his rookie season. He got an 8-year deal at over $8 million. So for me, I thought instantly, ridiculous. But then I hop online and I see Sens fans being like, yes, great deal, locked him up. Which, if you're sitting around, let's say, for example, if the Oilers had cap space, and they gave Bouchard an 8-year deal at $8 million, where would people come out on that? Sanderson has played 77 games in his NHL career. He has 4 goals, 28 assists, 32 points, and I know there's much more to it than just the production, and this guy, by all accounts, has the makings of a stud, which is why the Senators are paying him. But I do find it, like, that's quite a drug to be on when you've scored 4 NHL goals and you just got a $64 million contract. Well done, sir.
As a defenseman, though, again, you're kind of blinded by, okay, we're looking just at goals and just at that metric. But you say, you know, all the other things that come with this player and the hopes and dreams that the Senators see in him moving forward, you know, maybe it is a tidy bit of business as we discuss this deal a couple years from now or down the road, right? Like, today it seems like, it's a lot of money, and you look at the goals, you're like, ooh, that's a gulf and a gap. But all the other things that this guy possesses and brings, it's a bet.
Think about it. If you're sitting here as an Ottawa Senators fan in 6 years, and there's 30 defensemen in the league making $9 million plus in 6 years, and you got this guy who's a top 15 defenseman in the league in 6 years, and you've got him at $8 million. Maybe you're sitting, boy, this is some brilliant stuff.
Oh, and the cap projection always as well, right? That factors into it,
But they now will have 2 defensemen with $8 million cap hits. So for Oilers fans who say it's not possible with Bouchard and Nurse here at some point, maybe it is. Now, mind you, the Ottawa Senators don't have 12, 13, 14, $15 million forwards like the Oilers are going to have. But Timmy Stützle, $8.3 million locked up long term. He's 21. Brady Tkachuk's 23, $8.2 million locked up long term. Sir Thomas Chabot, 26 years old, $8 million, 5 years left on his deal. And now you're going to mix in another big piece in Jake Sanderson. So they're going to have, basically what they've got here is they have their core locked up for at least 5 years, all of them around $8 million.
Yeah, and just under $900,000 remaining on the cap space. So, I mean, that's they've done their business now, and away they go. I don't know. It's, again, in today's day and age, and you look at the cap and how that might be, and you said, fast forward a few years, it's probably a good bet. Just don't look at the goals.
Yeah, and and with any long-term deal, you hope he can stay healthy along the way.
That's it too.
Hey, day 2, boys. Audio sounds great today. Can I get a conch? Yeah, you can get a conch. Why not, buddy? There you go. Let's conch this guy. All right, coming up, we're going to crack some packs. We'll get some more of your text reaction on this Jake Sanderson deal if you do want to chime in on that. Thursday Night Football, that is on the way. A big-time football hour coming up here just after 7 o'clock. Well-known Kansas City Chiefs fan, Hustler's going to pop by just after 7 o'clock. Well, we're hoping he pops by. I texted him yesterday and said, hey, man, you might as well hop on Lions Chiefs. Like, we can tease the Lockshop and Winnipeg Sports Talk and stuff. And he goes, I do have a late fantasy draft tonight, but I'm going to try to make it. So
he can't resist. Lions Chiefs to kick off this. He can't resist.
He's got to be
one.
here.
He has to be.
He's got to be here for sure. So let's get to a sports update with Lieutenant Eric.
All right, on the diamond yesterday, the Jays losing to the Athletics 5-2. They failed to complete the 3-game sweep down in Oakland. Jays still remain a half game up on the Rangers for the 3rd and final wild card spot in the American League. Jays are back home to host the Royals for a 3-game series tomorrow night. Over to hockey, as discussed, the Senators signing defenseman Jake Sanderson, 8 years, $64.4 million. Carries with it an AAV 8.05. 21-year-old, 4 goals, 32 points in 77 games during his rookie season. Also yesterday, Flyers and RFA Morgan Frost agreeing on a 2-year extension with an AAV of $2 million. Well, defenseman Michael Del Zotto called it a career after 14 seasons. Sticking with hockey, the Oil Kings acquiring Ty Nash yesterday from the Wenatchee Wild in exchange for Dawson Seitz in a 2024 7th-rounder. Nash entering his 5th season in the WHL. He will be attending Bruins training camp next week as the Oil Kings will drop the puck on preseason action Saturday night from the Enoch Recreation Center against the Calgary Hitmen. And tonight is the night. Football is back. Week 1, the NFL season kicking off from Kansas City. It's the Chiefs and the Lions. You can join me for this game at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge at the Century Casino, Fort Road. Your chance at prizes, a jersey. We'll have food and drink specials as well throughout the evening. The Century Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino, Fort Road, where every day is game day.
Oil Stream.
Last summer on the Oil Stream, you and I discussed the possibility of Gagne coming back here on a PTO. He signed with Winnipeg and got an actual contract.
Anytime you can have Sam Gagne involved in your organization in any way, it's a major positive for you.
They love him.
The Oil Stream with Nielson and Gazzola. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for the Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get to know the winners, props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on the Lockshop. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch. Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Don't feel like working? Join the Hangout. You never know what you might hear. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Two guys and a goalie.
I think we're going to see some big things from Evander Kane this year.
You think so? Like if he stays healthy, like 40 goals or something?
He's used to Edmonton now. He's solidified, I think, his place in the dressing room. I think there's a comfort factor that takes a little bit of time.
Two guys and a goalie with Gage, Kassian, and Nielson. Tuesday and Thursdays at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tom Gazzola and Shawn Belle take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey! Saturday mornings at noon, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout, and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Lockshop.
This might be actually my favorite weekend of the year now that I think about it. Masters weekend's always right up there because you're kind of getting into a good period of time. But I got to tell you, this CFL triple header that's planned for Saturday is going to be amazing. I got my Chiefs raising a banner on Thursday night, and then the first full Sunday of NFL action. I mean,
that is a great weekend, buddy. That's a great weekend.
The Lockshop with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
We found out not long ago, this kid is ready to be in the show. How do we go? How do we go? He can dangle hands so sick. Back of the net, right off his stick. How do we go?
How great is it? Like, how's that going to hit?
Need it.
The morning after a game, Dylan Holloway scores an overtime winner. Edmonton
song.
Sports Talk will be just flying.
It's one of those that's going to grow, right? It's like the Sanderson. You hope in time that investment's going to return. And we'll be playing that puppy, how many times during the season? Every second morning, right?
I'm going to say 27 to 29 times.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see how that works, I think. All right. Coming up, we've got a lot to get to, obviously, as we work our way through the show today, and we will get to those. We've got Hustler. He's going to pop by just after 7 o'clock this morning, and Ian Rapoport's going to join us. Rap Sheet will be by around 7:45 today. But right now we're going to crack some packs. I don't have the Crack Pack song actually locked and loaded, but
Matt said he'd sing it for us, I think,
Oh,
this morning,
yeah.
a cappella.
Probably
Take it away,
not.
Maddie.
Crack Pack is brought to you by Wayne Sports Cards, though. There's new products coming out all the time. Pop into Wayne's just north of West Edmonton Mall. They're in the parking lot there with there's a Mr. Barber.
There's a Mr. Barber.
McDonald's and stuff.
Yeah. Italian
Big and
center
tall
shop in
store.
there.
Yeah, that's just around the corner.
Some hot and spicy.
There's like an awkwardly placed bank drive-through.
But now they blocked it off. They put like concrete pillars in front, so you can't. You got to go around now. So you got this big awning.
It is annoying. It's just sitting there.
It's
just sitting there. It doesn't make any sense.
Future home for Edmonton Sports
Doesn't make any sense at all
Studios,
whatsoever. So anyway, went in there yesterday. They hooked us up with some CFL 2022 packs. I think the CFL 2023 stuff is going to be coming out right away, in which we'll be hunting for the Nathan Rourke rookie card. And I don't know if Trey Ford's in this set or not.
Well, you'd have to think moving forward, though, we would have some sort of card commit, like depending on the year. But
yeah, well, we'll see. All right, buddy. Let's crack some packs for Wayne's here. Let's see what we got
for this Pete Robertson.
Let's see what we got going on today. Hey, here we go.
I like how people can see us opening them now.
Yeah,
too,
that's
not
good.
Like before it was just the sound, but
Greg Reed, Brandon Dozier. By the way, Dozier having an excellent season. Tremaine Washington,
Tim White, Matty, for you.
Brandon Banks, Speedy B on the
Tie
Ticats. I like that. Greg Ellingson, Edmonton Elks card. Keenan LaFrance and Justin McInnes, the one that got away.
The one that got away.
Is that how Riders fans view him? The one that got away? Like,
when you have enough to replace him, right? It's not
yeah,
like
maybe. That's a tough look. All right, one more pack. Let's see what else we got here. There we go. Nathan Rourke. That would be the Nathan Rourke rookie card.
Nice
right
looking
there.
card.
Yeah,
he's
real
running
nice.
for a first down, I would assume.
Yeah, scrambling around. Like,
Kean Schaefer-Baker. Brandon Alexander. This is your gold-plated, I guess.
yeah, that's good. I got an auto. We pulled out Dominic Grimes. He's been banged up this season a bit, but still monster. Chris Van Zyl. Auto.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, look at that. That's
The
really nice.
vet.
Probably can't see that there, but that's really nice.
Kenny Lawler, man.
4 packs, hidden auto. So that right there, that's a really good
Look
day.
at the Claros Rourke checklist there for you, too, as well.
Oh, that's
Dane Evans.
That's a keeper right there. That's really nice.
Thank you.
This
is great to crack a pack again.
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel good. It feels good to crack packs, and Wayne Sports Cards is where you can get it done. They got mystery packs in there. They got a ton of stuff. You can get lost in there. Actually, bumped into a few nasties myself yesterday, sitting in at Wayne's when I got there.
You're getting a glare here.
the one guy's just like, man, I really love you on the CFL games. I was like, thank you very much, sir. And I was in here to get CFL packs, so it worked out very well. Speaking of CFL, how fired up are you for the Banjo Bowl, buddy?
I don't watch it.
What are you talking about? You don't watch the Banjo Bowl?
I boycotted this game for the past 3-4 seasons, I want to say. It's the dumbest game. For Rough Rider fans, it's the dumbest game. Everything's going against you. You got the Labor Day Classic in Regina, which is kind of like, it's the Labor Day, so it's like almost like a neutral site. I mean, you got Bombers fans that go in there and Riders fans, but then you got that rematch. And I was on with the Elks herd the other night. The Elks
call, yeah.
And I was wondering, like, and even as an Edmonton Elks fan, would you rather have that Labor Day weekend, that big weekend, or would you rather have that rematch the next? Because it seems like that rematch is always, you've got all that energy from Labor Day and whatever happens there, now you're controlling the narrative going home, right? Like that, records aside, and sometimes you're more talented than your rival, but the Banjo Bowl has always just been one of those afternoons where it's like, holy, at least in the recent memory of just, you're going in there and the Bombers are either pissed off you beat them on Labor Day or they're just going to keep flexing their muscle. So for me, it's been one of those weekends where I'm like, okay, you want to the wife? You want to go out to?
No, you don't. I don't believe this for a second.
I've done it because it's the
You
one. You
skipped the Banjo Bowl.
And you know where I'll be this year?
Where?
My mother-in-law's birthday.
Okay, but you'll be monitoring the score.
Monitoring perhaps online, but I won't be like edge of my seat.
You watch
watching,
every
like,
single game from
I do.
start to finish.
I do, and you've seen me. I get up. I get pretty animated. No, I
really.
It's a boycott.
I did not know you boycotted the Banjo Bowl.
I don't need to be. I don't need to be called names during a 2.5-hour broadcast. What do you mean? Like, you know what I mean? This whole thing, the whole banjo thing. It's.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know where I come out on this. I feel like.
Because I'm a Rider, that's what you do.
I just feel like
you have
you're
to.
a Riders fan just being like, oh, we're going to get crushed.
Yes.
So I don't want to watch it.
No, that's it.
That's it?
That's what it is.
But
that's
you just beat them.
You beat them in a high-fueled, high-intensity Labor Day week. They always have the highlights, AJ Gas throwing helmets and everybody's fired up and Pete Robertson's in the grill and Claros is yelling, that's... But then again, a week later and you're going to Winnipeg. Like, I just... The Labor Day is one where you kind of, again, it's an event, and wild and wacky things can happen.
Yeah.
And now you're just back into the regular season swing, and I just feel like things kind of settle where they should.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong, Jake Dolagala. Prove me wrong.
Wow. Okay.
You weren't expecting that. I mean, it's
I
not like you. I'm not boycotting you.
I thought I'd say, hey, man, you fired up for the Banjo Bowl, and you'd be like, yeah, this is a huge game for the Riders, considering what just happened, considering the fact that the Riders, with Jake Dolagala at quarterback, just beat the BC Lions and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, who are the two best teams in the West, unless, according to certain members of the media, they'll put the Riders right up at the top, which I think is insane, even though, Full credit to these last two victories.
If you're power ranking.
Yeah.
Like
if you're power ranking, the Riders are still third.
Tough aspect of the schedule.
I think they're still third in the power ranking.
And any Rider fan, like 2-1, you lose Saturday, you're 2-1, BC, Winnipeg, you beat them. So, I mean, but sitting in the standings right now where they are, I mean, it's 6-5. You're looking at that third spot in the West, really. Like, what are you going to do? You don't have to worry about a crossover team. Like, they're kind of sitting where they are at right now. They're not catching the top. I don't think they're going to kind of drop down to the bottom. So you're kind of in that purgatory zone and waiting till you go and play BC on the road in the playoffs, I guess.
That's pretty much what it is. I'm already looking forward to the West semifinal between BC and the Riders. Yeah. Huh. I don't know. That's my mind is blown. So where do you come out on Jake Dolagala then? Are you not excited to think that he could go on the road and lead them to a victory over the Bombers?
I am, and the guy's got ice in his veins. Like he doesn't really, nothing seems to like it could be, the world could be ending and he would just be.
Yeah. He's super chill.
Like almost too chill.
Well, what's weird is that people would say the same thing about Cornelius. People say, oh, Cornelius is too chill. Like one of the criticisms of Taylor Cornelius in his time here in Edmonton. Now, I will say the switch to Trey Ford has certainly worked. I would have been interested to see how Jarius Jackson would have called plays for Taylor Cornelius. Like McAdoo. Cornelius got a little bit of a tough spot having McAdoo call his plays. To me, that's tough.
Look, quarterback is an important position, but if you don't have an O-line, if you don't have weaponry, and if you got bad play calling, I mean, and you have a combination of all those three or two of the three, I mean, Zach Claro's time in Saskatchewan, brief how it was, you go to, it's your surroundings sometimes that can be a part. Now, looking at Cornelius and what he's done, maybe you say, okay, it's, the physical acumen is there, and you just maybe again, what could it be with Jarius Jackson? I don't know. Maybe it is something, and they're still using him. I mean, it's not like he's been cast away into the depths of the practice roster. Yeah. So, but yeah, to get back to the point, Dolagala, I mean, it's looked good so far. He's got a rocket of an arm. I mean, the guy's, he's had some NFL looks in the past, but a lot of these guys too. I mean, even Labor Day. I mean, a sold out high fuel, but just. The bending over with Britt Dort for that post game. Like, I do believe the guy's got dry humor to such a dryness that the Sahara would be jealous.
You felt like that was like a bit?
I feel it's all a bit with him. And I'm here for it. Like, I'm all for it. Like, I think, again, we talk about quarterbacks getting injured in this league and, now no recognizable names. Well, here's a chance for him to kind of be somebody even for a brief moment in time. But
I have a Zoom call with him later today.
You do, hey?
Yeah.
Okay,
I want to try to get a feel for like...
You'll get a good character read of him, I think.
I could sit here and then you could just kind of sit next to me and kind of get a good feel for him. Because I don't think I've had a chance to catch up with him just yet.
Is he going to bend? You're going to bend over for him when the interview's done. Like, you're both giants.
He's 6'7", I'm 6'5", so that one would actually work. That was really funny though, because Britt's very short. So.
It was a great moment.
Yeah,
a great organic moment. Like,
yeah, but still not enough to make you watch the Banjo Bowl. I like. There's some people in the YouTube chat referring to you as typical Riders fan. How does that?
What's typical Rider? Because I expect them to lose. Yeah, that's kind of how you've grown up that way. But I just the whole Banjo Bowl thing with Troy. Like if Troy Westwood makes those comments today, we're not celebrating it and marketing it into a game. Let's be honest. So yeah, that's where I'm leaving. As far as the football, I mean, sure they played really well, and I think for the Bombers as well. And Huss might agree that we've talked about this too, and when they're eventually going to, I mean. This doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
Players get a year older. And I think with the defense, last week as well, maybe not expecting the strength of Dolagala's arm or his willingness to go deep as much as he did. And you get those DBs kind of thinking, second guessing, then you've really opened things up on that defense and the Bombers become a little more, suspect, I guess you could argue. But it's getting that one shot into them and then making them think and guess. You got to get them off their game early, or else they're just going to roll because they have experience doing it.
Yeah.
And they just, again, Mike O'Shea is a great coach because if you watched how he played, his teams just take that moniker and roll with it.
Part of me does think that the Bombers roll in this game.
Yeah.
So you won't.
They should.
Much.
They should.
Okay,
right?
but
Prove me wrong.
This is just a fascinating conversation of being a fan here because so you boycott the Banjo Bowl. It probably ends up with the Bombers winning.
It's their game. It's their big game of the year. It's their home game. They market it. It's their game. Whereas Labor Day is like, it's Labor Day, and it's neutral, and it's kind of,
Interesting.
It is. No, yeah.
Well,
Just my take.
No, so what happens if you're at, who you say it's your mother-in-law's birthday?
Yeah.
So what happens if you're at your mother-in-law's birthday and then you look and the Riders have won by 10? Then are you like, damn it, I should have watched the game?
It's a Saskatchewan party. Okay, we'll be on an acreage. There'll be lots of people there. The game will be on somewhere. Chances are that I'll be going to the bathroom a few times and probably lasting a little longer in the bathroom, which will be the downstairs living room. Look, I'll catch a glimpse of the game, but it's one of those games where I don't, week to week, you plan to watch where you're going to be. This one, I usually just say, okay, if I'm it's not circled on my calendar as much as Bombers fans like to circle it on their calendar. This is their big one. This is their homecoming weekend. They should win it.
Dave Jameson's in the YouTube chat. Says you're going to bend over for him? What the hell is going on? I just signed on.
Glad. Well, that's a 6 o'clock hour for you, Jay.
It really
changing
is.
anything here, I tell you.
This text is in 780-218-9999. Lieutenant Eric, thoughts on the nickname Rock and Roll a Gala?
Yeah, I love everything about it. There's a
Okay,
Dole
where'd
Whip a
this
Gala.
come-
Dole Whip a Gala I've seen.
Dole Whip. Okay. Dole Whip a Gala, I don't mind. Why Rock and Roll a Gala? I don't like it. I don't.
I've just been calling him Big D Dole Gala because
D.
you capitalized the D on his last name.
On his last name.
And it works, yeah.
Yeah, that works out all right. I am thinking of the next time Trey Ford does something brilliant, and I'm calling the game, I'm referring to him as Ford the Fabulous, or like the Fabulous Trey Ford. Because he is. The guy's fabulous.
You can just call him 32, like Trey.
Yeah,
his number.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That works. There's lots of things you can do there. All right. Well, I had no idea that you were...
I'll be boycotting your call. No.
Yeah.
It's not. It's nothing to do with you or Huss or the great Salisbury Steakhouse or whatever it's called there in Winnipeg.
Let's get to a quick text to wrap up there. Hey, guys, super happy you're back on the air, but you've created some first world problems for me here. My car is so old, I can't charge my phone and listen at the same time on my way to work.
I got that problem.
I have to reload the show when I drive out of Wi-Fi range at home or turn off the Wi-Fi before I connect to the show. These are all things that you just get through. I mean, this is just common.
Yeah, I'd suggest charging your phone overnight.
I would.
It's always waking up to a fresh battery is just. Well, you don't got to worry.
Does not everybody charge their phone overnight?
That's what I always thought. I mean, I feel
Why,
like
how's this guy? He's up in the morning. He's trying to listen to the show and goes, man, but I got to charge my phone. Why is your phone not charging at night? That doesn't make any sense.
Thought of that alarm not going off? Like
that just doesn't. That doesn't make any sense. Hey guys, I must say, waking up at 6 a.m. is a little more enjoyable again. I love you guys, and that's from DB. And you know what, DB, we love you too, buddy. Let's give DB a little concha to wrap up the hour. All right, coming up in hour number 2 here, the 7 o'clock hour of the Nielson Show, the AM Nasty here this morning. We will have Hustler, if he did, in fact, go to bed after his fantasy football draft last night. Then we'll talk about the Chiefs. We'll get his thoughts on this boycotting of the Banjo Bowl from Lieutenant Eric. What a storyline developing. You can text us in the Paris Jewelers inbox at 780-218-9999. Ian Rapoport's on the way. And free advice. What do you need help with? Life advice? Maybe some of the new technology here that we're rolling out to consume the show. Maybe you need some advice with that. Fantasy football advice. What do you need help with? Hit us up if you want some help with advice. We're going to get to that for Damon Bunting around 7:25 today. So send all the advice that you need help with or any questions you have, and we'll give you the advice. 780-218-9999. Hour number 2 coming up.
2 guys and a goalie.
I think we're going to see some big things from Evander Kane this year.
You think so? Like if he stays healthy, like 40 goals or something?
He's used to Edmonton now. He's solidified, I think, his place in the dressing room. I think there's a comfort factor that takes a little bit of time.
2 guys and a goalie with Gage, Kassian, and Nielson. Tuesday and Thursdays at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for the Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Lockshop.
This might be actually my favorite weekend of the year now that I think about it. Masters weekend's always right up there because you're kind of getting into a good period of time. But I got to tell you, this CFL triple header that's planned for Saturday is going to be amazing. I got my Chiefs raising a banner on Thursday night, and then the first full Sunday of NFL action. I mean,
that is a great weekend, buddy. That's a great weekend.
The Lock Shop with Nielsen and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Don't feel like working? Join the Hangout. You never know what you might hear. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast, located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout, and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Shawn Belle take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey, Saturday mornings at noon, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Oil Stream.
Last summer on the Oil Stream, you and I discussed the possibility of Gagne coming back here on a PTO. He signed with Winnipeg and got an actual contract.
Anytime you can have Sam Gagne involved in your organization in any way, it's a major positive for you.
They love him.
The Oil Stream with Nielsen and Gazzola. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Lockshop.
This might be actually my favorite weekend of the year now that I think about it. Masters weekend's always right up there because you're kind of getting into a good period of time. But I got to tell you, this CFL triple header that's planned for Saturday is going to be amazing. I got my Chiefs raising a banner on Thursday night, and then the first full Sunday of NFL action. I mean,
that is a great weekend, buddy. That's a great weekend.
The Lock Shop with Nielsen and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast, located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout, and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Biggie, Riggy, can't you see? Sometimes your goals just hypnotize me. And you don't make no flashy plays. Keep scoring goals and you'll get paid. Biggie, Riggy, don't you know? Stick with McDavid, you'll score goals. Oilers right now are in luck. Ducks are paying him $500,000.
You know, that one was always just a little jingle. That was never really the full song. That whole thing was like just 27 seconds. Biggie Riggy song back in the day. Let's see here. Dwayne says, what's the Banjo Bowl? It's the Labor Day rematch. Hashtag Bombers fans smell bad.
There you go. It always was the Labor Day rematch, wasn't it? Before Troy opened his mouth.
Guys, this is from Jen in the YouTube chat. The people in the chat should be called EST Chat Nasties, and then the EST Text Nasties for the texters.
We got a bit of a rivalry developing here early on, between the two.
We're gonna try to get all this sorted out for sure. I think. Matty Huss said he's just jumping on, so we'll have Huss in a little bit. Huge game tonight. Where are you going to be tonight for Thursday Night Football, buddy?
Century Casino. It is the maiden voyage for myself at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge, Century Casino, Fort Road. Of course, I'll be there all NFL season, Monday night, Thursday night. Swing by, food and drink specials. Chance at a jersey tonight, I do believe, and come down and meet Renee. I'll be working with Renee all season long at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge, and if you'd like to meet Renee, not the Renee,
not
but
our
a Renee,
but another Renee.
I don't want to false sell that one, but swing by. It'll be a good time. We'll have a relaxed time, good food. Again, I'm excited to see this menu. I'm walking in totally cold.
Yeah,
totally cold for the food and bev.
Ian Rapoport's going to join us around 7:45 today, and we're going to do free advice at 7:25 today. So, what do you need help with, from a fantasy football lineup perspective, and just life in general? What do you need help with? Hit us up at 780-218-9999 in that Paris Jewelers inbox or on the YouTube chat. Let us know what you need help with, and we will give you some free advice, no charge, coming up here around 7:25 today.
Terry McLaurin question for you in there.
There's a Terry McLaurin question?
As is tradition.
Good. You know, I've been very much a Terry McLaurin guy for a long time, but I'm kind of fading Terry McLaurin a little bit right now.
No longer scary for you.
Well,
hey?
he's got a little bit of an injury issue he's dealing with right now. I'm becoming a little bit more of a Jahan Dotson guy. And you know what we like to do with that? Dotson. We got Dotson here. Did a draft last night. Jahan Dotson went, I think, about 6 spots earlier than Terry McLaurin. So, interesting developments. But look, there's so many of those guys that you can just die on that hill so many times, right? That's like Rasheed Bailey last year in your CFL league. How many weeks was I like, Rick, you got to start Rasheed Bailey this week?
If you look up the definition of the term chasing the dragon, it'll be me selecting Rasheed